How y'all doing? It's Will Jenkins, another Motivational Monday. I want to say I'm absolutely blessed. Today what I want to talk about is something I believe people diminish the importance of, and it's how important is your mindset? How vital is your mindset? But first and foremost, to know how important or vital it is, you should know what it is. And textbook definition says it's the established sets of attitudes held by someone. And when I see that, you can incorporate different things, philosophy, confidence, things like that, and continue to build on your mindset. But those are just different genres of your mindset. Your mindset is all those things together. And what I've learned is in life, we truly take for granted the importance of our mindset, and we go about things, we say things, we do things that don't edify our mindset of where we want to be. We talk about where we are and subject ourselves to our current reality rather than seeing something different for us in the future. And there's a quote from Les Brown in one of his speeches that when I heard it, it just hit me, and it says, "Look at a man the way he is, he only becomes worse, but look at a man as if what he could be, then he becomes what he should be." And when I heard that, it just hit me because our whole lives, we're conditioned to think that you can't do this, you can't do that, you don't have the potential to do this, you don't have the potential to do that. And I read a statistic. By the time a kid's in first grade, he hears 48,000 no's already in his lifetime. Average. Only 5,000 yeses. And it's crazy because he really hasn't even grown into really know who he is. But at the same time, how can he know who he is if he's constantly being told no? And I love it because one of my business partners, Olivia, she says every time she says something, we say yes, yes. And she talks about how every time in life growing up, we hear no from our mother, our brother, our sister, our cousins, whatever the case is, our boss. And she wants to change the culture when it comes to that. And that's something that I love. So continuing to talk about the mindset, our mindset is everything. Our mindset truly is everything, because with our mindset, you either dig your grave or build the mountain that you rule upon. And when I think about it that way, in our life, we are so lazy when it comes to really working to see something come to fruition. And we live in a microwave society. We live in a microwave society, plain and simple, because we want things now. We don't really take for granted that there's a process, because people understand and know that when you sow something, you reap something. But when you sow something, you reap something. But they forgot the most important thing, because there's a period between that sowing and reaping called cultivation. And that cultivation, what we call in our business, is you got to fall in love with the process of doing it, because it's a necessity to see that harvest, because otherwise you won't see that harvest if you're not willing to go through that cultivation. And something my pastor says, he says, if you're going through hell, continue going through it. So many of us are going through hell and staying there. We're stagnant. You can't be stagnant in hell, because then when hell breaks loose, when you have no other way to go, because you're there, you're stuck. So the best way to go is to go through. And what I've learned in our lives, diminishing the importance of that mindset, we tend to just lose out on what's meant and destined for us. We have so many people dying that truly didn't live their purpose. We have so many people dying who are regretting what they didn't do. Because at the end of the day, you don't regret what you did do, you regret what you didn't do. Because what you did do, even if it wasn't right or whatever the case is, they make good stories and learning experiences. And that's what I've learned. It's the small disciplines that matter the most, because our mindset is depicted on the small disciplines. And you could see someone who is successful, and you could see someone who's unsuccessful. And when they both first started, they probably looked pretty much similar. But what I've learned it's those small disciplines that really skyrocketed that person during that cultivation period, because why that other person was going stagnant, he was going like the other person was gradually rising. And it's because he was disciplined and worked on himself, because the best thing you can invest is into yourself, into your mindset, into the personal development of you, because it's impossible to help anyone else out if you can't help yourself out. So what I want to leave y'all with is something that I heard from The Slight Edge, and that's a book that everyone should read. And it says, sow an act, reap an habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. And in our life, we all want to be successful. And I hear all the time, oh, I want to be successful, I want to do this, I want to do that. But success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Something that's duplicatable. Something that someone else can do, and they know that if I do this, I'm going to have the same results. And that's one thing I tell people, is have a mentor, because a mentor is a cheat sheet to success. So that's something I want to leave y'all with. Make sure you work on yourself. You work on your mindset harder than anything else, because if you do that, you're only going to bring value to other people. You're only going to help other people accomplish what they need to accomplish. And it's so much more fulfilling to give than to take, because when you give, your hands are open to receive more, but when your hands are closed, you can't get anything. You can't put something in someone's hand if their fist is closed. You got to open it, and you got to open your mindset. You got to work on yourselves to be that example that you want to see. You want people to change. Be that change for you. Be that change for everyone else, first and foremost, because it's not going to happen if you're not willing to do it. So that's what I want to leave y'all with. So God bless and have a great night.